Yes, sir. We're here live, tapped in. Let's get up over here. There we go. What's up, world? Salute, world. It's the one and only Master myself. Tapped in live from the Master's table. Tapped in. It's an honor to be a man in 2023. It's a privilege and an honor to tap in with you again. We're going to get started shortly. Broadcasting from all across the world. IMC Base 5 in particular. It's an honor to be in front of you again, all right? Really bad energy sucking me out of the touch. Some niggas are hungry because they were so bullshit. I thought it was up to me. I was on fantasy, that mean it's up the pen in my brain. I can't lie, I was never me. I ain't no loyalty for making niggas so comfortable that he don't realize he's snapping me. Mama wanna see the best in me. I've been working till there's nothing left in me. Trying to get the label to invest in me. I've been staying humble, even though I said I never would. I think it is best for me. I got high hopes for a lot of things, but the lows making good success for me. Put the liquor down, I've been less money, but my baby mama left it less corny. I've been praying, hoping shit he gets for me. I've been praying, hoping shit he gets for me. I've been praying, hoping that the people feel me when I drop. That would be the best for me. Send the music to the game, gotta put it to the test. Praying God, yes for me. Praying God, praying God. Pray God do the best for me. Pray God do the best. Yes, sir. It's an honor to be a man. It's not being said lightly. The year 2023 is a rarity that you find real men. All right, so we're gonna go to get started, man. What an honor it is to tap in with you again. I go by the name Master myself. I'm here live, coming to you from IMC Base 5. All right, I'm an IMC Base 5 guardian, and what that means is I'm a ranked position within IMC Nation, and all of IMC Nation. We have 55 chapters, I believe. No, we have 33 chapters across the world, and we're in over 55 countries across the world, all right? So wherever it is that you are, wherever you're tapping in from, I want you to know and understand what you're plugged into. IMC TV is not a light thing. It's a very large contribution to this world. It's men that speaking on a philosophy, speaking from a place of wisdom, speaking from a place of truth and insight as to what they've gathered from life thus far, right? So it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you again, once again, and to tap in with you. It's a salute to Brother TK that's in the house, man. It's an honor, as always, to have, real men, and real men still exist, right? So, that's what we're here doing. We're talking about what an honor it is to be a man, all right? So before we go ahead and do that, let's go ahead and go through the rules and the things that you need to know before we go ahead and get started, all right? First and foremost, know and understand that everything that we do and say here is done in an event of entertainment, all right? So don't take what it is I say seriously. Number two, this is for adults, all right? And no kids in the room. If there are kids in the room, I advise you remove them from the room or put the earphones in, do what you gotta do, but I've advised you, right? So what I say may be explicit, what other brothers say may be explicit. We have free reign because we are men. We're real men. We're gonna speak our truth at the end of the day. Number three, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from. Operate with respect unless those laws are oppressing you. Then you have the right as a man to fight back, right? Number four, this is for adults and adults only. Like I said, that means that you're responsible as a man, as an adult in this life. And number five, this is the master's table, right? So as you are here, I will speak to you and treat you as a master and nothing less, right? So today's topic in particular, let's get right into it, is it's an honor to be a man, right? And what sparks this topic, what sparks this creation, this creative energy, if you will, it's just the understanding that, we are living in a time and an age and a place, right, where very few individuals are proud to be men, are proud to step up and live from a standpoint or operate from a perspective of knowing what's possible when you step into your power as a man in the year 2023, right? At the making of this video, today is June 5th, right, of 2023. At the making of this video, there are a whole world of people, you get what I'm saying, that believe that there are more than two genders, right? And I'm here to dispute that. None of us would have been here. None of us are here on planet Earth as a spiritual being as a result of anything else than two different genders coming together, deciding to have an exchange of energies, right? Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, right? All the way around the board, and combining together and deciding that they were going to put their energies together. And as a result of that, you were born. As a result of that, I was born. As a result of that, everybody that we see, we exist in this reality. And nobody came here as any other means, as far as I know. You get what I'm saying? So I can say that confidently, like that there is two genders, and the two genders that exist are the ones that bring forward life, right? Now, there's an idea, right, that you can operate with the same sex and exchange energies and things of that nature. And there is no, even if that exchange happens, that's none of my business, first and foremost. I don't concur with any of that. You get what I'm saying? But regardless, even if that exchange happens, there is no creative force that comes as a result of that exchange. Same sex, whether that's girl on girl, that's guy on guy, that's just not a creative exchange, right? That's taking place. So therefore, we have to know and understand that it takes a man and a woman to begin to create. You get what I'm saying? Now, in particular, if there is just a woman, she cannot create, you get what I'm saying, on her own. She cannot be a full vessel, right, to begin to bring forward life in this experience. You get what I'm saying? And same goes for a man. The man, if the man wanted to create a child, right, to carry on his legacy, his purpose, his plan, his vision, whatever that may be, the vessel that he would utilize would be a woman, right? So there's a concurrence, there's an exchange, there's a connection that happens between man and woman, right? So we must understand that is the basis of this understanding that I'm coming to you from, right? I know and understand that, like, once again, we live in a world, 2023, where people think that there's multiple genders, people think that you can transfer your gender, people think that there's, they think all these different things, right? And regardless of where you stand on the equation, we just have to look at the truth. The truth of the fact is that there are men and there are women. Now, the men in this day and age, we are a representation of a connection to higher power, to higher intelligence, to what we call God, our creator, and nothing less than that. So for me, from my perspective, and what we understand within the United Nations, is that the proper dynamic is a man that's connected to God, right? God was the one that created everything, right? Or the higher intelligence, infinite intelligence, however it is that you phrase it, right? Was the originator, the creator, right? The one that broke itself up into pieces, into individuated consciousness or different forms of consciousness that we all represent across the world, right? So that being a fact, we know that to be true because we see God in everything, right? And God is everything in the same manner, right? We see God in everything, and God is everything because that's what we can see, that's what we can perceive at this point, right? So that being the case, that higher intelligence is what created us as men, right? We all know the creation story that comes from the Bible, which is, the story of Adam and Eve and things of that nature, right? So that being understood, oh man, I didn't blast it up and say that I was starting. So let me do that real quick, see if anybody else hops on. So it's starting, even though we've been started. Starting here, oh. Boom. And boom. All right, Mr. McClellan. So there is a connection that we have been able to recognize and witness that has happened from our creator to who we are right here, right now, right? As men in 2023, right? So we are learning to exchange with life and operate in exchange with life as a result of our own connection, our divine connection to our higher intelligence, to God, to your creator, however it is you frame it, right? in correlation to our God, our creator, there is and also another correlation that a woman gets to correlate to us as men, right? That connection is happening in the same correspondence that we are connecting to our creator, to our God, if you will, right? So we are a representation of the connection of God. Then when she connects to us, she's a representation of her connection to us as a man, right? So it's an honor to be a man. And I'll tell you why it's an honor to be a man. It's an honor to surround yourself with other men who are also recognizing that they are operating in cohesion, right, with their higher intelligence, with God, with their creator. And there's actually nothing else that matters except for that connection, right? That's our focus, that's our determination. So it's an honor to know and understand that I'm the man that is supposed to lead. I'm the man that's supposed to be connected to my God, to my creator, to higher intelligence, to infinite intelligence. And as I connect there, I can know that everything else will follow, everything else. I'm talking about, of course, women, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, your family. I'm talking about the rest of life, right? Like people will look up to you, when you are walking into environments because you are carrying yourself as a man and you are not apologizing for that. You take honor in that. You take respect. You are carrying yourself with a certain demeanor that allows you to transcend the ways of the world. Because the world will tell you, like, no, you don't want to be a man. You don't want to do this. In fact, they won't tell you not to be a man. They'll just show you how to be a woman. They'll tell you, oh, be careful doing this and be careful saying that. And, oh, you don't want to offend this person. And, oh, you don't want to say that. You don't want to be that way, and so on and so forth. They will tell you that storyline as if there were no other options. But see, we as an IMC Nation and all of IMC TV, you're going to see different versions of men that take pleasure and take honor in standing up for their truth. That are not scared to speak up and say, yo, I enjoy having multiple women around me, right? I enjoy being myself. I enjoy this thing called life. I enjoy waking up every single day and having a set routine and schedule where I can continue to live on a process that allows me to see the patterns of my life. That allows me to see the magic of my life that happens as a result of the way that I carry myself, not only the way I carry myself, the way I prepare myself for these moments. Because the truth of the fact is that nobody else gets to be you. Nobody else gets to have a connection with God the way that you do as a man. So what an honor it is to be a man. What an honor it is to be a representation of higher intelligence. Right? There's nobody else that gets to be you. Nobody else gets to take on the responsibilities of a man. Now, I'm going to give you an alternative definition of what a man is that I discovered through my studies of, comedic understanding, comedic knowledge, and things of that nature, if you will. It's the best way to say it, right? A man can also be defined as a master, an able, and a noble, right? What does that even mean? A master, right? If you are approaching, this is the master's table, right? So if you're approaching life with the intentions of becoming a master, what does it mean to be a master? To be a master, for me, I call myself master myself for the reason that, it should be second nature, right? When you step into the realm of mastery, you are now operating with a higher intelligence. You're operating with a second nature where you don't have to second guess the way that you're moving. You don't have to second guess the way that you are operating in life. You are actually moving in coherence with, once again, with your higher intelligence, with your connection to God, right? So it becomes second nature to where, like, when you are a master at, let's say you're a master at speaking, for example, then you don't have to think about what you're going to speak about. You just speak because you're a master. You've done it so many different times and it comes naturally, right? So as a man, if you are a master at anything, and what the foundation of the philosophy is here at the master's table is that when you are here at the master's table, at bare minimum, you are a master of self and nothing less than that. Because at the end of the day, that's the truth for every single man that's here on this planet. You are a master of yourself. You are a master at your life. Nobody can tell you that this is true and this is not true and so on and so forth because it's your life. You have your own perspective. You have your own insights. You have your own wisdom that you were able to gather in this life so far. So like, it doesn't matter what somebody else tells you about your life. You are the one that has to report on your life and confirm whether this is true or this is false and so on and so forth. But it follows your lead. So you become a master at the things in which you decide to become a master at. And then when it becomes second nature, you can now claim that you are a master. So my objective, right, if I go by the name master myself, is for it to be second nature. And it is second nature for me to operate as myself, as my authentic self. That's my work every single day, to get closer and closer to that. And to fine tune what that process looks like. What does it look like to be master of myself? What does it look like to be a master of higher intelligence? What does it look like to be a master at speaking, at carrying myself with a certain demeanor when I walk into an environment? How is the environment responding to me? These are different things that I become more aware of as I continuously develop my character, as I continuously fine tune the steps that I need to step every single day to get closer to my goals, my vision, my purpose, my plan. These are different things that I'm setting up in my life so that it's second nature for me to just boom, 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 boom. Anything that I do, I become a master at. That's my objective. What's your objective? What do you want out of this life? It's a question I'm posing to you at this point in time, right? So that's number one, able. Now, I want to be sure on the definition of able here. Let's look it up. So to be specific, I'm getting this breakdown from a man named Brother C. Freeman L. Right, and he goes through it. He talks about being a master and able and a noble. That's a reputation of a man, right? So let's go to able. So I'd like to pull up the video and everything, but we got time like this hour-long video. See, I tried to pull up the whole thing, but it's not cooperating. Let's just do able. All right. Having the power, skill, means, or opportunity to do something. Let's just take that as it is, right? It's not even trying to break it down or nothing like that. Having a skill, having the power, skill, means, or opportunity to do something. What are you able to do in this life? Are there any limitations that you have at this point in time? The answer is no. There are no limitations. The only limitation that exists is the one that you set in your own mind. Now, I'm pointing to my brain as if this is the representation of my mind. However, that's just the common understanding of what we have. Your mind is broken down into a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, right? When you get to the point of understanding that, what's conscious to you right now is something that you have translated into your subconscious, right? Your subconscious is responsible for the standard operating procedure of your body, of your lifestyle, the things that you're processing on a consistent basis, like things that you're just not aware of, right? Like your safety, if you will, to a greater level is being considered by your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is taking the responsibility for all of that, right? What you are conscious of is another translation of what you are able, what you are aware of that you are able to do at this point in time, right? So when you decide that you're going to do something and you decide that you're going to do that no matter what, like if I decided that I'm just going to be famous on YouTube, you get what I'm saying, for my constant creations, my constant developments, my program that I'm building out, the daily disciples that we are continuously building and so on and so forth, like all these different things that I got, creating and in the works, if you will. I decided that I was going to do that, and I decided that there was nothing that was going to stop me, right? So we talk about being able. You talk about the power that you have within you at a very, very, very inherent level, right? What do I mean by that? You at the basic level, at the foundation of everything that you do, you have within you the means to be able to create change in your world. You are able to do anything that you put your mind to. There's no limits. You are a walking manifestation of the thoughts that you had in your past. You are a walking representation of what God looks like here on earth. Why? Because you once had a thought, you once had a vision, you once had a plan that was inside your own mind, and now you are walking some piece of that out right now. It may not be exactly what you thought it was, or it may be exactly what you thought it was on some level. Whatever that is, you got to know and understand you are that exemplified right here, right now. So to be a man is to be a master, to go after what it is that you want with no apology, and to seek that level of mastery, seek that secondhand nature, right? When you go and you're approaching life, seeking to make that like just, it's just normal. It's just normal for me to come on here and go live. You get what I'm saying? It's normal for me to read every day. It's normal for me to wake up on time. It's normal for me to have a reading practice every single day, to take cold showers every single day, and become a master at these practices that I'm applying to every single day. And then I'm stepping into the realm of knowing that I can do anything and everything that I choose, right? Because I am able, I decide that I have the power within me to step into any realm in which I desire and become a master once again, right? And so the last part is noble. Define noble. Having or showing fine personal qualities or higher moral principles and ideals. That's as an adjective. And then as a noun, a person of noble rank or birth. Let's go with that one. A person of noble rank or birth. Well, I mean, that uses the word in there, so I don't really like that, but that's okay. You get the first one was belonging to a hereditary class with high social or political status. So if you are noble, you have a high level of status. That means, once again, as a man, you got to know that you are above life. You won the race of life thus far. You are above every animal. You know, God, if you look at the Bible, they talk about how God gave us dominion over every species, over every plant, over every form of life that exists on this planet. We have dominion over that. What does dominion mean? That means that we are dominant over. That means that we are in control. That means that the life follows us because we are masters, we are ables, and we are nobles. We are men, right? We are men. We represent men. And nobody else gets to be you. Nobody else is a representation of the highest creator on this planet. So you are now operating at a higher level of intelligence. You are now operating at the highest level because you decide that today I'm going to be a representation of a master. I'm going to be a representation of somebody that is able to do anything that I desire. And I am a noble. I'm a representation of higher intelligence, of higher class, of the highest social class that exists on this planet called Earth. What an honor it is to be a man. Let's think about that. Let's live that. I don't know about y'all, but man, what an honor it is to be a man. I get to be me. I get to express myself authentically. I get to walk in places and let people recognize, yo, that's a man that just walked in here. That's not no little boy. That man's not walking around holding his mom's hand. He's not walking around holding this little girl's hand thinking that she's all that. No, this is a little girl that's walking in with me. She's walking in with a man, and I'm the one that's going to walk in with the authority, knowing and understanding that my presence alone is enough to create an impact and influence the environment that I'm walking into. So let me move with that authority. Let me continue to carry myself that way everywhere I go, and in every conversation that I have, and in every engagement that I have. Because why? Because why not? I am that authority on this planet. And so are you as a man, especially in the year 2023. Come on now. There's just a lack of that presence. There's a lack of the understanding of somebody, yes, sir. There's a lack of somebody that is willing and ready to represent God on this planet. We didn't come here to live as anything less than that. I know I didn't. I came here to be in the full, authentic expression of self. I came here to figure out what does it mean to be a man. Well, here I am reconnecting to my creator and being a vessel at this point in time, and knowing that like there's no greater work than to be a representation of what it's like to go after your dreams, what it's like to pursue whatever it is that you want to bring into manifestation here in this life. Regardless of the circumstances and situations that your life has brought to you, you're still here. You're still conquering. You're still, mastering the character that you decided to master today. Nobody else is here to be you, so you might as well be you. You might as well be a representation of God and what God looks like in a physical form. Because if you're not doing it, who else is going to do it for you? It's an honor to be a man. It's my privilege to come here in front of you and say, I'm a man, and I'm figuring out what that means step by step. But as we just went through it, it requires a certain level of mastery. It requires you to recognize that you are able and capable of doing anything that you want, and recognizing that you already are that high level status. You already have dominion over the rest of this planet. Come on now. Maybe I'm just preaching, man. Talk to me, brothers. I mean, is anything I'm saying being resonating with you, or any insights or anything like that? Let me get some water. No, I have no water in here. Yeah, if anybody got anything. We got some brothers in the house, some other men, some masters in the house. All right, I'm gonna be right back and get some water real quick. Gotta stay hydrated. We out here in Arizona, man. This shit ain't no joke. All right, any feedback from the live audience here? Oh man, it's changing my life. Amazing. No feedback. All right. Well, I don't want to be too much longer on here. Definitely, just wanted to provide some insights as to what an honor it is to be a man, to be a representation of our God, our creator, our higher intelligence. And, at the end of the day, I know nobody else is going to be a full representation of what that looks like in the year 2023, aside from IMC Nation, because, we are connected to some higher truths, some higher wisdom, some higher intelligence. And I can tell you that because I've been learning from my mentor, AZD, who's the founder of IMC Nation, in case you don't know who that is, who has been on the constant seeking of the truth of the fact that there is what we understand as truth, and there's what we understand as everything else, right? There's the truth and there's not the truth, right? And so we've been on a path and, seeking mastery, seeking evolution, seeking this truth. And the more that we seek it, the more that it actually, starts to find us, really. So there's a dropping of the wanting to seek for the truth, and there's now a revelation of the truth that's being revealed to us on a daily basis, right? So I'm speaking on this because, it's been revealed to me the importance of a man, the significance of a man in the year 2023. I know that nobody else gets the privilege to say that, they are actually connected to other high-level men, right? So there's so many different people that have yet to come into a full understanding of what it's like to be a representation of God. Many people think that, there's this guy and so on and so forth. And, trust and believe, I got caught up in that race too. I was thinking that, I was a representation of this and so on and so forth. And I was getting lost in that. But, the truth is the truth. And so when the truth is the truth and it's being revealed to you, you got to face it. You got to look at it. You got to see, man, where have I been off? And why have I been off? You know what I'm saying? Why have I been having ripples in my life or these situations, circumstances? Was because I've been trying to take control of these things that are ultimately not in my control. So I don't have to have control of the things that are not in my control. I can, at the end of the day, drop everything that I think I have control over, and instead, I now can step into this new light. I can now step into the light of the path that God has already laid out in front of me. And so that's my role. That's my objective, is consistently every single day deciding that let me take steps more on the path, and more on more on the path. Let me take steps that are on the path towards my evolution, and not just my evolution, but as I step into my role as a man in 2023, what happens? As a result of me doing what it is that I do, I get to see other people start to follow my lead. Because why? Because people need men, right? Not people, though. The whole world needs a man that walks confidently on earth and says, I'm not afraid to step on this path. I'm not afraid to move in confidence, knowing and understanding that nobody else gets the opportunity to be me. Nobody else gets the opportunity to create an impact and influence the world the way that a man can. So we hold one of the highest roles on this planet. And so it's our due diligence to continuously step in that direction, to continuously move forward in confidence, knowing that, we are taking steps that our ancestors at one point in time were wishing that they could take, right? They were wishing that they could have a platform they could reach the whole world on in a matter of seconds, right? I connected to YouTube in a matter of seconds. I'm now connected to the whole world wide web. Now, maybe the whole world's not watching, but maybe they are. The opportunity is there. So what an honor it is for me to be able to create a platform, to continuously speak my philosophy, to continuously be a representation on a physical level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, right? To be a representation of all of these aspects that I believe my God, my creator, has allowed me to be a vessel of, so I can continuously carry on this philosophy and this wisdom and this insight, and continuously provide steps for other men to start to follow, right? So that they can start to create their own tribes and their own families, and to speak their own philosophy and their own wisdom and their own insights in life. What an honor it is to be a representation of a man, to step into true masculinity, to exist on this planet as a full expression of what that looks like. And we do it without apology. I could be on here and being attacked by, femininity, what I'm saying, from all across the world or whatever. But that's the whole point, right? Femininity is not the one that's going to try to attack you. It's the toxic masculinity. It's the negative, right? Trying to fight the positive, right? The toxic masculinity is the toxic, how do I even phrase that? Because it's not toxic femininity. Femininity is going to complement the masculine, right? And it's going to follow the lead of the masculine without apology. The masculine is always going to lead. It's going to step into the right direction so that life continues to follow the masculine. Because the masculine is going to essentially, we're talking purely energy here. The masculine is the one that paves the way, that moves it and is forward, is creative force, right? Whereas the feminine is the receptive, is willing to follow, right? So there's this complementary energy, this complementary exchange that's constantly taking place. And so we understand this, we can move without apology on this planet. And as a man in 2023, on June 5th, it should be an honor. It is an honor. It is a privilege to step on this planet Earth, to have my feet connected to the ground, and to say that I'm a man and I'm connected on levels that you can't even imagine. I'm connected to my higher intelligence, to God, to my creator. And I know that connection is enough for me to conquer everything in which I interact with in life. Let me hold nothing back. Let me be the fullest expression that I can be at this moment in time. And know that I'm only going to get better at this because why? Because I'm moving with the intentions of getting better. I'm moving with the intentions of connecting to my God and making that connection more and more pure, alleviating all the negativity, all the things that I was taught, and instead learning directly from the source. Allowing that connection to be my highest connection, allowing that to be a representation of my truth. That's what I'm here to do. Cool. I'm gonna open it up. Any other brothers that have any feedback? Let me log on YouTube and see if there's any feedback on there as well. Any insights, any feedback, brothers? All right, cool. All praises. So at this point in time, as we wrap up here, let's take a moment to center ourselves, do what one of my favorite practices is, and that is a meditative moment. All right, so we're gonna, wherever it is that you are, if you're in a space to do so, go ahead and close your eyes and start to tap into your internal world, your inner perspective. If you're standing, sit down. I'm gonna go ahead and have a seat. And the objective here is just to tap into your inner space. Nothing else matters. Nothing else is more important than you just tapping into your inner place. As you close your eyes and you're in your internal world, take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs. And at the top, let it out, relax. Feel your body relax. Get familiar with your inner space. This is a space that's so sacred to you. Nobody else has access to it. You're not thinking anything. You're not doing anything. You're just letting go. And see what comes up. See what's revealed to you at this point in time. As you take another deep breath in through your nose. Relaxing even deeper this time. Seeing more clear from the inside, calming everything else down from the outside. You just take place in your own inner space. Get comfortable. This is your place. Nobody else has access to it. As you take another deep breath in through your nose, prepare yourself to enjoy a few minutes of peace, exhaling through your mouth. Take the time to appreciate yourself for taking the time to spend some time inside. And for the next 2 minutes here, enjoy your peace. as you begin to make the transition from your internal space back to your external space. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And at the top, let it out. Take another deep breath in, waking up your body. And let it out. One final breath in through your nose. This time, hold it at the top. And let it out. Before you open your eyes and wake yourself up to your external world, really take the time to appreciate yourself for taking the time to enjoy your inner space. This is the place where everything comes from. It's where everything originates. Some people call it your imagination. Some people call it your inner space. Whatever it's called, it's yours. So know this is where your power comes from. You can always go to your inner space, your imagination, your inner verse. And you can create from here. The space is sacred to you. Treat it that way. If it was a temple, I would encourage you to bow. Bow out to your own inner space and begin to wake up your extremities, your fingers, your toes, your external world. Open your eyes. Just begin to recenter yourself again to the world outside of you. And what I will always encourage everybody that comes here to do is always use that space intentionally. Always move forward in confidence, knowing that nobody else has access to that inner space. Once again, this is the Master's Table. I go by the name Master myself. We do this once every single cycle, every single Monday. And as we move forward, look for more creations. Like I said, we got the Daily Disciples. This is going to be our personal program, which I'm creating. That's going to be released on June 9th, which is, I believe, this Friday. So look forward to that. I do go live every single day on YouTube on my account. It's called The Self Code. Okay, so it's getting more and more popular, more views, more people are subscribing, of course. I think the subscription base has gone up at least 100 subscribers in the last month. And that's just going to continue to build, because I believe I'm providing a lot of insights and values, things of that nature. So I'm looking to collaborate, any brothers that are here that want to collaborate on there for free. So basically a free platform which you can collaborate with. Been building that audience for quite some time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that continues to grow as we move forward. And, without further ado, man, this is Master myself. So like I said, if you want to plug in anywhere, also follow me on Instagram, right? Instagram at Master Myself. Myself is spelled MYCELLF.TV, mastermyself.tv. Find me on there, tap in with me on there, and continue to level up, man. No matter who it is that you are, no matter what you're doing in this life, you are a master at yourself. So speak from that place, know and understand, especially as a man in the year 2023, that's your place of power. All right? It's the one and only tapping out for Einstein Nation. Be the best. Fuck the rest. Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only.